In this video, we're going to explain how to find sine, cosine, and tangent of angles that are greater or equal to 90 degrees or less than or equal to 0 degrees. So prior to this, we have been thinking about sine, cosine, and tangent in terms of one of the angles of a right triangle. And if you're thinking about sine, cosine, and tangent in that way, that means the smallest that angle can be is a little bit bigger than 0 degrees, and the biggest it can be is a little bit smaller than 90 degrees. Today we're going to be showing how to extend that to all values of angles. All right, so here we have a XY coordinate grid. I've just zoomed in a lot. So here is 0, 0 right here in the middle. And then going up, we're counting by 0.2. So 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, and then up here is 1. All right, same with our x-axis. Going down is -2, -4, sorry, -2, -0.2, -0.4, -0.6, -0.8, -1. Let's label this very center here. So I'm going to put a little point right here at 0, 0. And I'm going to call that point O. All right, so now that point is called O. Next, let's create a circle radius 1. So we're going to make a circle with the center at 0, 0, radius of 1. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to put a little dot here at 1, 0. All right, pause the video. I want you to answer in your question sheet. Question number 1, what is the distance from point O, right here, to 1, 0? Hit play when you're ready. Okay, now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to create an angle that is 30 degrees compared to our x-axis. So let's create an angle. So one side of the angle is going to be here, this x-axis, and I'm going to have it be 30 degrees. And just to make it easier to see, let's connect this point O to this point up here. I'm going to call that point P. All right, so the side, this angle is 30 degrees from the x-axis to this line segment right here. So here to here, that's 30 degrees. Okay, so now I want you to pause the video and answer question number 2. What is the length of OP? I want you to show or explain how you know that length. Hit play when you're ready to continue. Now I'm going to create a perpendicular line that goes through P. So it's going to be a perpendicular line that goes through P and is perpendicular to our x-axis. That means this vertical line here is at a 90-degree angle to this horizontal x-axis. All right, and let's put a point right where this vertical line intersects with our x-axis. And I'm going to call that point T. All right. So pause the video at this point. I want you to answer questions 3 through 7. 3 through 7. So you're going to be using trigonometry to find the exact length for this segment that goes from O to T. Then you're going to be finding the exact length from P to T. Both of these using trigonometry. Show or explain how you get your answer. Then you're going to be finding the coordinates for P. And then you're going to be figuring out how does the coordinates, the x coordinate for P, relate to sine and cosine? How does the y coordinate for P relate to sine or cosine? Hit play when you're ready to continue. Okay, so this is a graph of, this is a graph with the 30-degree angle. What if we change that from a 30-degree angle to a 60-degree angle? So pause the video here, answer question 8. So use that same idea from your answer to number 6 and 7. I want you to determine what the coordinates, the exact coordinates for P is now that the angle is 60 degrees. Hit play when you're ready to continue. Okay, let's go back to our first graph with 30 degrees. Now I'm going to create, so this was a 30-degree angle. Let's make another one here, but for 150 degrees. Okay, so one side of the angle is going to be our x-axis, the positive side here, and I'm going to make it for 150 degrees. Okay, and let's create a little line segment to make it easier to see. So going from our x-axis here all the way to this line right over here is 150 degrees. So, and we shall name this point T. Or another way of putting this, actually I already had a T, let's rename this to W. Okay, so another way of saying this is the angle TOW is 150 degrees. So from this x-axis, the positive x-axis, all the way to OW, that's 150 degrees. All right, so two questions here, or actually at this point I think I'm gonna just have you pause the video and I want you to answer the rest of the questions. So figure out what are the coordinates for angle W, what is the exact value for sine of 150, for cosine of 150, for tangent of 150. Then I want you to figure out, so we know the coordinates when it's 30 degrees, we know the coordinates when it's 150 degrees. There's some angle here where the coordinates are going to be negative square root of 3 over 2 for your x and negative 1/2 for your y. Figure out what is the angle for that, and then continue answering the rest of the questions.